Because we are still hungry, we were offered this food.
Charlie!
He's very hungry now, boy.
I lost finger!
Okay, so my impression of Porto is it's just amazing. It's the most beautiful city. I love it.
Good morning. A Thursday morning, still near the border. We stayed here for 2 days because it's so lovely. It's like a campsite, just we don't pay for it. It has everything that we need. And there's the river for Charlie. He wants to go swimming.
After staying in this free park hop for 2 days and 2 nights, we were ready to proceed to our next destination. The next destination is Porto, but we're really in no rush. We want to do some walks and do a bit of sightseeing on the way. We're driving on the Portuguese side of the Minho River, and on the other side we can see Spain. So we arrived in the town of Camina and parked at a spot overlooking Spain.
So we're parking here in front of the river Minho, and that's Spain on the other side. So it's a beautiful day. We're going for a walk, explore Camino. Yeah, coffee now in Camino.
There are bomberos or fire trucks. Fascinating to see these trucks which have been busy putting out forest fires in Portugal. It's been badly affected this year.
Looking at Spain now. Spain is gone.
We left Camina and went looking for a nice place to have lunch. We found this quite nice car park at the football stadium just next to a campsite. It's right on the edge of a pine tree forest. Very pleasant. One of the things we really liked in Portugal are the wooden walkways designed to make walking on difficult ground more pleasant and easy. This is particularly true in the sandy paths to the beach. At the end of the walk, there's a spectacular beach and you can see Spain just in front of you. There is a small island on the left where an old fort stands. Charlie enjoyed the swimming in the cold waters of the Atlantic Ocean.
€25 a night on the campsite. We're just free, Charlie.
Of course, it's the inevitable pilgrim's route. So this is the €25 a night site, just for the most simple, small camper van, 2 people and a dog, and no electricity, no light, €25. So I said no, not interested. We prefer to do it for nothing.
Because more and more people are arriving. So we found this nature park.
In Antas, we found this car park from Park for Night. It's at the back of a residential area along the Rio Neva. It's a quiet and charming place, but we did encounter a slight problem. I was backing the van into the parking space and crashed into a branch of a tree I didn't see, and of course it broke it. So we're trying to tape it up and make a temporary job until we get home.
It's okay. Look at the chimney, so big. Walking on the sun. Wow, this is good view. And now we're doing a 360 degrees. By this time, the father and boy is already going down. Leaving me here all to myself. Look trees, really. Those cactus. Even this is on Kylo. So this is the river next to where we parked the van. Okay, so that's Rio Neva. These are the flowers. It's so succulent. Bye bye, Charlie. So this is our park at Porto night 36. Good morning. This is where we parked and slept last night. Just the two of us here, two Vanlifers.
After breakfast, we left the park up and headed towards Porto. It was a Saturday and we noticed open markets on the side of the road. We thought we should stop and buy some fruits and vegetables.
I bought just this.
We were approaching our park up, the Farol de Leca, when we saw a huge old refinery. It's a real eyesore. It's such a beautiful coastline, but really horrible to see this thing spewing out acid smoke.
There's the Paro at the back. Beautiful place. It's the boat. I'm gonna try this mejillones. So this is my improvised paella with a frozen prawn in it. So Greek yogurt and strawberries, which I bought yogurt. Charlie is swimming in the Atlantic Ocean.
Again, the long network of wooden walkways which we only saw here in Portugal makes us admire the country even more.
The seventh village from Portugal. It's very untouchable.
We met a mother and daughter on one of these walkways. She'd actually had a leg injury at school. She was very fond of Charlie, and then we started chatting to the mother, who pointed out some very nice places for us to visit in Portugal. She was very helpful.
Our pilgrims. We are behind this beautiful display of pink flowers.
And Charlie is by it there somewhere, being naughty, looking at
Always looking for something.
always looking
to
at
do.
something else.
Yes, beautiful. Look at that.
We left the park up and saw the imposing Farol de Leca on the way. It's the second tallest lighthouse in Portugal. So we're on our way to Porto, the big port, then residential area of wealthy houses. We actually had a pleasant sightseeing tour of the city from the car.
And this is where we're parked. This is just outside of Porto. It's 8:45 in the morning, and we just finished our breakfast and we're going for a walk. It's very noisy last night. So much cars passing by, and there's a bumps there, and then the airport nearby.
Despite the negatives of this park up, we still thought it was a good spot. It was close to the promenade and Charlie enjoyed the walk along it.
It's Porto there.
He was happy for his morning swim, and we had a view of the city of Porto from a distance.
All this.
We actually walked along the promenade to the marina and stumbled on an old communal washing area.
It's still the old-fashioned way of washing.
Washing clothes was a way of the wives to interact with each other, while the children played together and the husbands went fishing. The clean laundry dries by the beach, and they probably have done that for centuries. Anyway, we went back to the van and decided to stock up on water and diesel. That way we have everything we need in case we stay longer in Porto.
Okay, this is Manuel showing us how to park.
So here we are back in Porto to the park up. For 15 euros we get to stay for 24 hours and we're allowed to sleep in the van. For an extra 2 euros we can use their shower.
So this is what we see just after parking the van. We're actually in the center. And there's the cable car. The bridge, beautiful bridge there.
We followed the crowd, crossed the bridge and saw the long staircase next to the base of the funicular dos Grandiose. We didn't realise that the climb would go on and on and on. These steps, called the Escadas dos Grandiose, comprise 290 steps and is one of the most emblematic staircases, one of the few remaining as the most have been destroyed.
We just climbed from that to the bottom.
Across the bridge.
Across the bridge and here. And there's the laundry.
The city of Porto stands on a really big slope and was built from the medieval fortifications, or what is now called the Fernandine walls. These walls ran from the banks of the Douro river up to the highest parts of the Sé and Vitoria districts, and for this reason you will find many stairs in the riverside and run up along the walls. This is one of the must-do itineraries when visiting the city, to climb up and down these picturesque steps where you can enjoy the stunning views over the Douro and the Dom Luís Bridge. We finally arrived on the top, and to celebrate our achievement of climbing the 290 steps, we sat for a glass of beer and a pizza of all things. And the sightseeing begins. Okay, so my impression of Porto is it's just amazing. It's the most beautiful city. I love it. It has the buzz, it has bars and restaurants everywhere. It has the Douro River, it has the bridges, it has the magic, the romance, everything about it I love. It's a beautiful city and I just can't say how much I like it. We all like it. And we've walked and walked and walked in the city and seen beautiful things.
There's always something to discover.
There's always something to discover. There's always beautiful places, the beautiful tiled churches, the tiled railway station, the museums, of course the library.
Churches, yeah, the tiles, yeah.
Yeah, the tiles, particularly the Portuguese tiles, are beautiful. And the nightlife is wonderful. The food is good, although the first place we actually went to eat was not so good because it was so busy. But it had the most beautiful view of the river, so the Douro, so it compensated. Yeah. And we're now in a bar by the river.
By the river.
And it has a lot of buzz, and it's a really very beautiful place. I love it. 100% love it.
So we're having another glass of Porto. Yeah.
George is the patron of this restaurant. We had a lovely Portuguese meal.
Yes.
Tutto buono,
And
tutto buono.
grappa. That must be the year Brazil was discovered. This is a coke tree.
Cool. That's cool.